परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु परमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरु भगवान शिवानंदाय नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः। गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदम् मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोर्कृपा। मोक्षमूलं शिवानन्दाकृपा।
Guru-disciple relationship is peculiar to the East, to us, to Indian culture, to Indian religion. And sometimes it is puzzling to the Westerners, and perhaps even to us Indians who are Western-minded. But our scriptures have sung the glory of the Guru. And thousands of verses have been sung about the Guru, his place in life, his position and his glory. Those beautiful verses are given in the Guru Gita. And even now you find a number of the saints have had disciples who have composed stanzas in Sanskrit glorifying the Master. We have one that was composed by Mother Hridyananda, Deva Deva Shivananda.
Deva Deva Shivananda दीनबंधु पाहि मां। देव देव शिवानंद दीनबंधु पाहि मां। चंद्रवदन मंदहास प्रेम रूप रक्ष मां। चंद्रवदन मंदहास प्रेम रूप रक्ष मां। देव देव शिवानंद दीनबंधु पाहि मां। देव देव शिवानंद दीनबंधु पाहि मां। ज्ञान रूप पाहि मां। मधुर गीत गान लोल ज्ञान रूप पाहि मां। समस्त लोक पूजनीय मोहनांग रक्ष मां। समस्त लोक पूजनीय मोहनांग देव देव शिवानंद दीनबंधु पाहि मां। देव देव शिवानंद दीनबंधु पाहि मां। तीरवास दानशील पाहि मां। दिव्य गंगा तीरवास दानशील पाहि मां पाप हरण पुण्य.
It is very difficult to explain the link between the disciple and the Guru. Swami Chidananda says it's more sacred than and more holy than the link or love between brother and sister, between husband and wife, even between God and devotee. It is something that cannot be explained. The love and devotion and loyalty that I'm using the word Indian, but today there are lots in the West also. Devotees in the West who Gurdjieff said they have European bodies but Indian souls. When he sent Swami Vishnudananda, they said, go to the West. There are many Indian souls who have incarnated there. So this love and loyalty and devotion is not peculiar to the Indians at the present moment. Many Westerners too have that great loyalty and love. You cannot imagine it. It is simply marvelous and wonderful that the Indian disciple has the love that the Indian disciple has for his Guru. There is nothing that he will not do. Tan man dhan, body, mind and soul, everything is laid at the feet of the Master. Even though he might have attained oneness with God and with the Master, but still he is a disciple. And the homage that he pays to his Guru can never be expressed in words. There are many who say today that Gurus are not necessary. You can realize God without the Guru and so, but let them prattle. Only direct experience will tell whether you need a Guru or not. Not any amount of talks or writings or logic will convince you whether you need a Guru or not. But if we use a simple logic and just look around, we're all playing the part of a Guru. The mother plays the part of a Guru. The manager in the firm plays the part of a Guru. The teacher plays the part of a Guru. So why deny this relationship in the spiritual path? It's just common logic. And these great saints of the past and present were men of very high character. They could not be trying to deceive us in telling us the important place that the Guru has. So we pay our homage to the Master in many different ways. Indian fashion is to garland him, to prostrate to him, to offer him gifts. We even worship him like we worship the deity. We wash his feet, we drink that holy water, Paritirtha. And that power, that water has tremendous potencies. You read Mother Krishnabai used to always wash Papa's feet and drink that water. He used to gulp it down. And a mad Muslim boy came to the ashram, and all that Mataji gave him was the water that was used to wash Papa's feet, and he was completely cured. It's not only a question of faith, the potency is there. Perhaps it's difficult for Westerners to understand, but to us in the East, all these things are very easy to understand. Our love and devotion to the Master goes naturally, and we lay everything at his feet. Our entire being is given. Perhaps it might not be given in its fullness in the beginning, but nevertheless it goes on progressively. Today we are paying homage to Gurdjieff and all the great saints and trying to remember them, rededicating ourselves to them. I was trying to get hold of a copy of some verses written by Shankaracharya in paying tribute to the Guru. I didn't have time to look for that book, but in those beautiful verses it says, You might be a great yogi with all sorts of psychic powers, but what is the use of all that if you don't have love for the lotus feet of your Guru? The whole world might be worshipping you. You might be famous in the east and the west, but of what use is all that if you have no love for the lotus feet of your Guru? You might be a master of all scriptures. You might be a genius in lecturing, etc., etc. But what is the use if you don't have love for the lotus feet of the Guru? So, in our scriptures you find beautiful anecdotes, how loyal the disciples have been to the Master, and what intense love they have had for him, and what they have gained. There is no doubt that the Guru is a tremendous being. I should have brought you again some of Gurudev's writings. He said that the God-Ela sage, if he wants, he can give salvation to the whole world. Immediately he can do so. He has all the powers of God. He has become Brahman. He has become God himself. So His Majesty is really beyond description. We can never understand a true Guru. See what he is and who he is. His inner being. But there is no doubt that His potency is there, His power is there. We've even gone to the extent of giving a higher place to the Guru than we have to God. Swami Ramdas often says that Guru is greater than God. Because when God wants to give you something, when He wants to shower His grace upon you, He's got to use the medium of the Guru. So Guru can often do what God cannot do. So our scriptures say, if God is angry with you, He can be pacified. But if Guru is angry with you, nothing can happen. See? And Guru is the only one who can change your destiny. See, Aurobindo says that if you are a disciple, you get special protection against death and against illness. See, the Guru can change your karma. There is a very beautiful story in our scriptures. Narada was on his rounds and he came to the home of a couple, a very devoted couple, and he found that they were not happy, there was something missing. So he asked them the reason for their unhappiness, and they said, we have no children. So Narada said that when he goes to Lord Vishnu, he's going to ask the Lord why that couple have no children. So Narada went away. He didn't come back for many years, but in the meantime, a saint happened to come to the home. And the couple served him with great love and affection. And again they told the saint that they would like to have a child. And the saint said, doesn't matter. See, just follow this ash and you'll have children. But when Narada had gone to the Lord and put the question, he didn't come back and give the answer immediately. The Lord said, well, that couple, it's their karma. They're destined to have no children. But of course, when the saint had blessed the couple, children were born. So when Narada came back to the place after many years, he was surprised to see not one child, but many children. So he immediately went back to Lord Vishnu and said, my Lord, you are a great liar. As usual, Narada is. You told me that couple will have no children, and now I see not one, but so many. What is all this? The Lord said, Narada, perhaps the saint might have visited the home. Only saints can change the destiny of people. And it is true. You find in Gurudev's books so many cases where people were saved. Mr. and Mrs. Nalliya, who were disciples of Yogananda in the early days, they came to our ashram and related the story. They said they went to Gurudev's ashram and they wanted to go to Badrinath by bus. And that day Gurudev said, don't go, when they came to him for his blessings. And the whole bus capsized and all lost their lives. The road winds up along the Himalaya mountains. And any landslide means that the bus is going to land in the Ganges river thousands of feet below. And that's what happened. So when they came back and asked Gurudev point blank, says, Swamiji, you saved the lives, our lives, but why did you save the lives of those people? And Gurudev just gave a cryptic answer, said, you came and asked, that's all. Well, it's a mystical answer, you see. So many cases like that, Gurudev has saved their lives. Even when he was on his last days, when he was on his deathbed, his samadhi was going to take place. Dr. Sushila Nair, the Minister of Health, came to the ashram. And in that 6th day, a few more days that Gurudev would have attained Mahasamadhi, he prayed for the health and long life of Dr. Sushila Nair. And it appears that when she went up, driving the car along the mountain path, a huge boulder came down and almost crashed into the car, but she was saved. There are many instances like that, and you've also had instances here how Gurudev saved the lives of people. So the Guru has that tremendous potency, a tremendous power, and Gurudev was always using it in ways that were very simple. When Swami Nishananda went to India with a group of his devotees, there was a European lady from Johannesburg. She also was in the party. And when they arrived at our ashram, they were touring, and she became very ill. She had stomach trouble. And she couldn't bear the pain. So Gurudev gave her some prasad and said, send it straight to your stomach. And she was completely cured. And she didn't want to go on with the other party. She said she'll spend a few more days in the ashram. So he can do anything and everything. But what is our place? What is our relationship with the Guru? That is the most important thing. If you can establish that relationship, then your progress is going to go quite fast. And that is what we have to try and understand. If we get in tune with the Guru, then all that is attained, all that is gained, we will get. Even in ordinary life, the parent or the father leaves his wealth to his children. So naturally the Guru is going to also leave his spiritual wealth to his children. And whatever we are enjoying today is due to the tapas of our master. You have all been enjoying nice meals and parties and sweets and tea and so on. It's all due to the grace of our Divine Master. We might not understand it now, but we will at a later stage understand it.
Deenabandhu pahi maam, Deva Deva Shivananda, Deenabandhu pahi.
गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसी जग भर माया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसी जग भर माया है। गुरु जगत में बहुत कहाए, गुरु जगत में बहुत कहाए, ताका भेद न पाया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसी जग भर माया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसी जग भर माया है। पिता पहला गुरु जानो, दूजा दाई कहाया है। ओ मात पिता पहला गुरु जानो, दूजा दाई कहाया है। तीजा गुरु ताही को जानो, तीजा गुरु ताही को जानो, जिनने नाम धराया है। चौथा गुरु जी ही विद्या दीना, अक्षर ज्ञान सिखाया है। चौथा गुरु जी ही विद्या दीना, अक्षर ज्ञान सिखाया है। ओ माला दिया सो गुरु पांचवा, माला दिया सो गुरु पांचवा, जेहि नाम हरि का बताया है। छठा गुरु सो संत कहा है, जिन सब भरम मिटाया है। ओ छठा गुरु सो संत कहा है, जिन सब भरम मिटाया है। सर्जनहार सो गुरु सातमा, सर्जनहार सो गुरु सातमा, आप ही आप लखाया है। ऐसे गुरु बिना भव जल को पार को नहीं पाया है। ऐसे गुरु बिना भव जल को पार को नहीं पाया है। ब्रह्मानंद अचल गुरु के, ब्रह्मानंद अचल गुरु के, चरण कमल लपटाया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसे जग भर माया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसे जग भर माया है। गुरु जगत में बहुत कहाए, गुरु जगत में बहुत कहाए, ताका भेद न पाया है। गुरु कहत संसारा, ऐसी जग भर माया है। गुरु गुरु कहत संसारा।
जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय।
A noble personality, a spiritual personality, a Bala Yogi, a Bala Swami, Srinivasan, and a Swami Sarajanand, Saraswati. Whenever any noble function takes place, the Devas are pleased. So we had a very good shower today, cool atmosphere, so that we are able to celebrate the function joyfully without any heat. You may ask why there is no rain of flowers. That also there is. Because there is a function, the Deva should rain flowers, there is also a rain of flowers. Or Srinivasan, Swami Sarajanand. You may also ask why Swamiji is giving sannyas to all young people. It is only sannyas to be taken in the fourth ashram. at 75, when all the teeth have fallen, when all the hairs have become grey, not only one should remain black. No, it is at this age. We want people with great dynamism, with abundant energy, spiritual energy. At old age, a man is not able to sit in Padmasana for half an hour. When all the energy has been squeezed out in family life and in avocation, he won't be able to sit in Padmasana. He won't be able to much meditation. It's only in this young age. We are in need of young Swamis, dynamic Swamis. Shankaracharya was not old man. Padmanabha's father is not old man or young people. Young people only should take sannyas. Then they will lead a life of endurance, fortitude. They can meet all dangers in life, full of courage, full of strength. So we want, the world is in need of only of young people to take sannyas, to spread the message of Shankaracharya in the West. So he is one of the beautiful candidates. He is styled as king, spiritual king of South Africa, Durban. He is also called Africa Chota Guru. People all, he does not want anything. He is a very modest man. But his work, silent work, spirit of renunciation, vairag, meditation, he is a very great organizer. He has organized some 20 branches. There is Savikalp Samadhi. Then comes Nurikalp, where the Tripati Laya, and then comes the Sahajavastha. He is established, even in working in the world, in Sahajavastha, native state. He does not forget Brahman when he is working. He has got double consciousness. He is resting himself in his own Satchidananda Swarup. And he is utilizing the instruments, the Indriyas, the mind and intellect, for the service of humanity. This is Sahajavastha. He likes the Sahaja state. He is in Sahaja state. In scriptures you will find that man who is attempting to practice yoga, asana, pranayam, he is also a yogi. And yoga road, who is established in his own state, spiritual state, he is also a yogi. So he is attempting to have the Sadhagavastha, even in his worldly activities, to lead the spiritual life, to remember Brahman, trying to rest in Brahman. He is also a Sahajavastha Yogi Swami. He is a strong pillar of the divine law society. Yesterday had been the other side to Swami Jayadayalji. Oh, he made a great feast for me. He asked people to bring papaya, very fine, like mangoes I tasted today. And then he asked the Swamiji, will you take some fruits and milk? He said, milk does not agree, bring me fruits, oranges. So 8 or 10 oranges I had and distributed to all the pilgrims. Then I also told him, I am a rupiah eater, money eater. So he kept quiet. He has not answered my rupiah eater. He will convert my rupiah into printing white paper, newsprint, art paper for cover, cardboard. You see, I am rupiah eater in this sense. And this rupiah eater, he is satisfied. The small boy, you may think he is a small boy. You may be thinking I am exaggerating him. He talks little. That's a sign of yogi. You have never seen him talking here and there. He thinks much. He does much. Young boy. Rupiah eater, he only satisfied. Also, our Maharaja Pannalal of Amritsar. Maharaja Pannalal, he hasn't got much money, but whatever he wants, the whole Divine Life Society buildings, you see, he has built it. So his salary is small. You ask him 3,000, tomorrow he brings. So I am the rupiah eater of his money also, Maharaja Pannalal. He is also Maharaja, a man of renunciation, who works for the divine cause, helps the Divine Life Society. He is more than a Maharaja. People that have got plenty of money, they can't give him 2 rupees. You call him as a Maharaja? Kanjus Prabhu. He is called Kanjus Prabhu. He is also a Lord, but a great Kanjus Prabhu. He is not like, oh, any work is he? For the press, for the buildings, for my stomach, all he is a supplier. Biscuits, plenty of chocolates. You also shared, you see, the chocolates that is sent by our Maharaja. Maharaja, king, spiritual king of Durban, great organizer and great supporter, pillar of the Divine Life Society. But you don't accept it, you reject it, whatever you say. Look up and behind him. Such a great small yogi. He remained here. Some years back also he came here and remained. And the Divine Life for Children, pamphlets. He is an inventor, a man of new invention.
in the letterhead and behind the cover envelopes, new things, new teaching, new maxims, new sayings, and the envelope also, and the letterhead, the divine life for children he has brought it. Thinkers, new things. He has had a small press for dissemination of knowledge. And the path for God illustration, that is his magazine, is running for 3-4 years. What more do you expect from a small boy Swamiji? He has done everything. And he will go now with redoubled energy, charged with Himalayan vibrations, Mata, Ganga's grace. He will work like a lion, like a Kesari, Vedanta Kesari, Yoga Kesari. All these attributes, you see, great people, they deserve it. When man is becomes selfless, he becomes God, divine. Any attributes he uses is nothing. Guru Bhakti Ratna, devotion. Devotion to the teacher, unparalleled, unique.
अतुलित शक्ति वेग अपारा शिव जी ने निज शीश बिठारा पाप नाशिनी जगधारिणी बनी भागीरथ की अतिकामिनी तुम्हारे पथ में स्थान जो आए वो सब पावन धाम
मोक्षदायिनी पापनाशिनी मोक्षदायिनी पापनाशिनी तेरे जैसा धाम कहाँ शिव की जटा से निकली है माता 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 जग पाए मुक्ति यहाँ अमृत जैसा तेरा पानी अमृत जैसा तेरा पानी अमृत जैसा तेरा पानी अमृत जैसा तेरा पानी नहीं मुक्ति तेरे बिना मोक्षदायिनी पापनाशिनी मोक्षदायिनी पापनाशिनी मोक्ष गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे।
वसुधा का सौभाग्य सदा शिव, जग करता प्रभु का धन है। देव जनों की पुण्य मूर्ति शुभ, वेद सार सुख साधन है। अमृत का सौंदर्य तत्व ये, पावन निर्मल जल तेरा। माँ गंगे ये विनती तुमसे, हरो अमंगल तुम मेरा।
हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे। हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे।
माँ गंगे जो एक बार भी तुझे दृष्टि में लाता है, दीन दरिद्री दुर्वासन मन पाप से मुक्ति पाता है। इस दुनिया के मोह वृक्ष का शीघ्र नाश करने वाला, ऐसे तेरे जल प्रवाह से हमको मिलती घनमाला।
हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे। हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे।
जब शिव सिर पर गंगा आई, माँ गौरी ने भृकुटी चढ़ाई। इस टेढ़ी भृकुटी को लख कर हुई क्षोभमय गंगा माई। ऊंची ऊंची लहरें लेकर शंकर सिर पर धूम मचाई। ये लहरें भक्तों के मन में पाप नाश करने को आई।
हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे। हर हर गंगे हर हर गंगे, हे भागीरथी हे गंगे।
जिन लोगों के पुण्य नहीं है, वे भी यदि गंगा को भजते, उनके मन के पाप ताप भी चंद से अंधकार समटरते। ऐसी तेरी दिव्य मूर्ति है, सब देवों को जो है प्यारी। मेरे मन के त्रिविध
गंगे हे भागीरथी हे गंगे हर हर गंगे हे भागीरथी हे गंगे।
Be happy and cheerful always. Never feel dejected. I am always with you and will be ever remain with you. You will be able to commune with me always till the end of your life. I will guide you till you attain your goal. You will be never separated from me. Meditate, meditate, do selfless work and lead the life divine. Chala, do not bother about criticism. Let the whole world stand against you. Let the whole world be surrounded you. I am by your side. I know everything. Be bold. Be like a lion. Be brave, Chala. I will take care of you.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.